Have you ever wondered what it's really like to wake up in a country where the internet costs more than most people make in a day? And where finding basic groceries requires the skills of a treasure hunter? Welcome to daily life in Cuba, where resilience isn't just a character trait, it's a survival skill that every single person master before they turn 10 years old. I'm about to take you inside the real Cuba, beyond the vintage cars and salsa music that tourists see. This is the Cuba where people have turned scarcity into an art form and where community bonds are stronger than anywhere else on Earth. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Cubans are some of the most resourceful and happy people on the planet, despite challenges that would break most of us. Let's start with something as simple as breakfast. In most countries, you wake up, open your fridge, and grab whatever you want. In Cuba, breakfast begins with a mental inventory. Do we have coffee beans, or do we need to ask the neighbour? Is there bread at the bakery today, or should we prepare for another creative meal? Cuban families have perfected the art of making something from nothing, turning rice and beans into dozens of different dishes that somehow taste completely unique every time. The morning routine continues with checking the water situation. Water doesn't flow from taps 24 hours a day in most neighbourhoods. Families fill containers during the hours when water is available, creating an intricate dance of conservation that visitors never see. Children learn early to brush their teeth with a cup of water, not a running faucet, and every drop is precious. Then comes the daily adventure that Cubans call shopping, but what the rest of the world might call urban exploration. The bodega, or neighbourhood store, operates on a ration system that dates back decades. Every family has a ration book that entitles them to specific quantities of rice, beans, oil, and other basics each month. But here's the fascinating part. These rations cover maybe half of what a family needs. The other half requires creativity, connections, and cash. This creates an entire parallel economy that operates in plain sight. Neighbours trade with neighbours. Someone who works at a farm might exchange vegetables for soap from someone who works at a factory. A person with access to meat trades with someone who has extra cooking oil. It's like a massive community barter system that would make economists' heads spin, but it works because everyone participates and everyone benefits. The peso situation adds another layer of complexity that's mind-boggling. Until recently, Cuba had two currencies operating simultaneously. Even now, with monetary unification, the purchasing power varies dramatically depending on what you're buying and where. A government salary might cover basic rations, but anything beyond survival requires income from other sources, leading to incredible entrepreneurial creativity. Transportation reveals another side of Cuban ingenuity. Those famous vintage American cars aren't just tourist attractions. They're daily transportation for families who have kept 1950s Chevrolets running, with parts manufactured in backyards. Cuban mechanics perform miracles that would make Detroit engineers weep with admiration. They create brake pads from compressed cardboard, fashion engine parts from scrap metal, and keep these beautiful machines purring with nothing but determination and skill. But cars are luxury items. Most Cubans rely on public transportation that requires patience and strategy. Buses are crowded. Schedules are suggestions rather than commitments. And getting from one side of Havana to the other can take hours. This has created a hitchhiking culture where strangers regularly help each other get around, building social connections that strengthen the entire community fabric. The internet situation is perhaps the most shocking aspect of daily Cuban life. Internet access costs approximately 1 hour's wages for 1 hour of connectivity. Internet cafes have lines that stretch around blocks, and families save up for weeks just to video chat with relatives abroad for 30 minutes. Yet this digital isolation has created something beautiful. Cubans still talk to each other face to face. They still play dominoes in parks, and children still play street games instead of staring at screens. Work life operates on principles that challenge everything we think we know about employment. Government jobs provide stability and benefits, but extremely low wages. Private enterprise is heavily regulated, but offers better income potential. Many Cubans work multiple jobs, combining official employment with private ventures like selling homemade food, offering taxi services, or renting rooms to tourists. The hustle is real, but it's driven by necessity rather than ambition. Healthcare presents one of Cuba's most impressive achievements. Despite economic challenges, Cuba has achieved health statistics that rival wealthy nations. Neighborhood doctors know every family personally. Preventive care is emphasized over treatment, and medical school is free for anyone who qualifies. Cuban doctors are respected globally, and the country exports medical expertise to nations worldwide, creating a source of national pride that transcends economic difficulties. Education follows similar principles. School is mandatory and free through university level. Cuban literacy rates are among the highest globally, and education is valued above almost everything else. Children walk to school together, often without adult supervision, in neighborhoods where everyone watches out for everyone else's kids. Teachers are respected community figures, even though their salaries are modest. Evening entertainment reveals the soul of Cuban culture. Without Netflix subscriptions or endless shopping options, Cubans create their own fun. Every neighborhood has its musicians, and impromptu concerts happen regularly. Dominoes tournaments are serious business that can last hours. Baseball discussions are passionate affairs that bring together multiple generations. Dancing isn't something Cubans do, it's something they are. Family relationships operate with an intensity that's beautiful and sometimes overwhelming. Multiple generations often live together out of necessity, but this creates bonds that support everyone through difficult times. Grandparents are active caregivers. Teenagers contribute to household income, and major decisions are made collectively. Privacy is a luxury that most families can't afford, but loneliness is rare because someone always cares about your business. The food culture deserves special attention because Cubans have elevated simple ingredients to an art form. Rice and beans appear on tables daily, but the variations are endless. Black beans, red beans, white beans, each prepared with different spices and techniques. Pork, when available, is prepared for celebrations that bring entire neighborhoods together. Fruit grows wild in many areas, and sharing mangoes with neighbors is as natural as breathing. Religious and spiritual life blends Catholic traditions with African influences in ways that create unique Cuban expressions. Santeria ceremonies happen alongside Catholic masses, and most Cubans navigate both worlds comfortably. Spirituality provides comfort during difficult times and celebration during good times, creating community connections that transcend individual struggles. Despite everything I've described, here's what amazes visitors most. Cubans are genuinely happy. Not pretend happy, not making the best of bad situations happy, but deeply, authentically joyful. They have learned that happiness comes from relationships, creativity, music, laughter, and community rather than material possessions. They celebrate small victories, support each other through challenges, and find reasons to dance even when life is difficult. This is daily life in Cuba. Complicated, challenging, beautiful, and inspiring all at once. It's a place where people have learned to thrive with less, connect without technology, and find joy in simplicity. While the economic and political challenges are real, the human spirit that flourishes there offers lessons that wealthy nations desperately need to learn. Cuban daily life proves that resilience, community, and creativity can triumph over scarcity every single time.